she used to. Got a color girl and she rolls on my dude. Ain't playing games, I'll die for the crew. Making revenue, Independence Avenue. Super cool, chillin', no stress, nigga. Check how we living. Girl so bad, she go twerk in a legging. Girl so bad, she go hard in the DM. All she want is the D, but I'm super cool. Ha, super cool.
Came from the come up. We got our funds up. Who made the game high? Who make the boss moves? You know who run shit. We pack the whole juice. We got all the niggas talking, but they know how a nigga walked in. Super cool. 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 Super cool.
Loving local music as always on the morning mix. Good morning, welcome to Informanté Radio, 18 minutes past 8 on a Wednesday morning. Mommy's Nighter, or what do you call it? Ladies Nighter. Tate J Black featuring Cool Under Pressure with that one title, Super Cool. More me mense.
Luister, nee?
Tay.
Yeah. Before this show starts, I just want to make one thing clear here.
Yes.
I just need to break this to you,
Okay.
the two of you. I had a discussion with Quentin yesterday afternoon, and I made it very clear to Quentin, listen, Quentin, I would rather want to have my own show from here going forward. So I'm just here to inform the two of you. I'm going to have my own show, okay, and there are chances that we're just going to stop this show because you two, ne? Julle twee. I'm tired of being compromised by the two of you. You started with Amushelelo, ne? When you two instigated what happened a few months ago with Amushelelo, ne? I got flack in public.
Us too.
Yeah, julle twee.
Mary, I heard you.
Julle twee. Ja, so now nobody nonsense gevertel in die lokasie about Adora. Ek is moeg. So
one thing you don't understand, Neville, is long after you're gone, me and Cubase will still have to live in this society.
Please, as a belief tate.
This is still the society we need to operate in. So I think we're even more sensitive to these things than you are. You titus.
Hey, Ganchi.
So
You're staring into the barrel of a gun.
Jy sê jy kry nog steeds fire oor the interview. You know what it is? What it actually is cyberbullying. That is what it is.
It is cyberbullying, and I find it most interesting. And this is, I said it to you this morning, but let me put it on record. Twitter, right? I think if you're talking about the most socially conscious and politically correct social media platform in the world, where you have to come correct. It's not your typical Facebook, as we like to say, where people can be ignorant. Nobody allows you to be ignorant on Twitter.
On Twitter, yeah.
People come for you. And even there, surprisingly, I'll say this, there was a lot of love for Adora. Actually, when that LPM youth statement was put out,
Yeah.
a lot of people came on Adora's defense and said,
Yeah.
Mar, she's speaking from experience.
Yeah.
She's a Nama Damara artist talking about what she's observed happening in the industry. Are we so sensitive to the realities that are in front of our faces that we would rather kind of crucify her than have those uncomfortable conversations amongst ourselves? I'm saying amongst them because I'm not from the South.
Yeah.
So at some point, I would assume that And somebody else also saw another comment from somebody that does live in the South. He's not a Namadam, but he lives in the South. And he says, these are realities. It's not even, this is the fact that there's a high alcohol, let's say like abuse, that happens predominantly in the South. It's not a secret. It's in our faces. You go to service station, people are stumbling. You go, there are hoods that you can't even go to. They're like police patrol every week, every weekend. They're there, fightings provoked by alcohol and so forth. It's not a secret. But are we saying that at this point, instead of reflecting, really reflecting and finding out what are the issues, why, and yes, alcohol abuse is a national problem. Let me be very clear. It's not just in the Namadama, but this is a conversation. I think this would have been a perfect opportunity or platform for people from those tribes to sit back and say, yeah, you know what, forget that there's also abuse, metivambus and the heroes and the whatever. Let us study us. Let us look at ourselves. Let us look in-house. What are some of these trigger points? And I think that's perhaps where the LPM youth could have come in and say, you know what, as uncomfortable as those comments were, as unsavory as they were, as much as we didn't like hearing it, they're not completely off. So can we take time? Let us sit back and take time and study this model. Why is there a dependency on alcohol? How can we address this in the youth, in our communities? How can we improve the livelihood of the people, of especially of the South, where alcohol abuse, so that we have more artists performing and we have more professionalism? Eventually, I mean, that is on the grand scale. Like the art is not even the main issue. It's this abuse. But no, we don't want to do that. We would rather crucify a sheep, in this case, Adora, than have those honest conversations with ourselves. We would rather deflect from the reality. We would rather shy from the realities in our communities and come in full attack of Adora, in full attack for stating something that she spoke from experience. And not have those conversations. What a wasted opportunity. What a wasted opportunity.
It's kind of funny that I mean, I had a lot of calls yesterday and a few WhatsApp messages from people who personally also basically took the three of us on. I was asked by someone yesterday that the narrative out there is like, and the three of you, when she was saying what she was saying, why didn't you guys stop her? I said, listen, in the first place, you know what? This is a live show, okay? We can't stop someone if somebody is busy saying what a person is saying.
If they're speaking their opinion.
If they're speaking their opinion. And secondly, it's her opinion. I can't come here and because we're not going to be having a discussion here about that particular day. There was no discussion that we had about the social stuff that people are basically facing. So that was not the narrative. I mean, yes, it did come out of the blue, but that is what she felt like saying. So to come now and say that we should have stopped her and we should have rectified the situation, I personally feel it was not our place.
In all honesty, I didn't pick it up until
I know.
I didn't pick it up until
she didn't pick it up.
I was still arguing with her, like, she didn't say that. She didn't say that.
Well, after the show, when we had this discussion.
But I mean, no. When after the show the show happened on Friday.
Yeah,
we only had this discussion on Monday.
On Monday,
there was no drama around it.
There wasn't even a single comment about the issue on the video itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I only heard about it on Monday, and I still had the audacity to argue with him. I said, she didn't say that. She was saying that the female artists don't get represented. And let's go back to the recordings. And then I realized it's because she was saying a lot of it in Afrikaans.
Yeah.
And I obviously...
and your Afrikaans is useless.
The network fangen lost me.
And an 8, you know?
But let's quickly wrap this up.
You know what?
What's your take?
What was interesting to me, right? I know a lot of artists within the industry. I've been operating in the music industry for a long time. Almost since I've been in Pintok, I've been rubbing shoulders with some of these guys, from A-listers to like Z-listers.
Yeah.
I did not see a single one of any of the artists I know, Tamara Nama or not, come out and say anything to the contrary.
Yeah.
come out to come say, no, Adora was verkeerd, Adora het ons gebeneder, or what is the word?
Verneder.
Verneder. Yes, nobody is saying that, but other people are out there screaming. And then you read some of the comments. It's like, man, miskien moet ek maar 'n interview gaan kyk. It's like, so you're out here on social media making noise about something which you haven't even heard. You take a 30-second clip which is taken completely out of context. I mean, if you don't listen to the whole conversation, you don't even know how we got to the point where she is saying that or why she's saying that. And it's like, and you can look at her demeanor on the video. You can clearly see this is something close to her heart. Even when we were giggling and laughing while she's talking, she kept her serious face because she wanted to get that message across. It's like, ons moet professioneel raak. And we say that all the time here. Like I call out the Hereros, Neville calls out the Hereros, the Damaras, Maria calls out the Bambos. We call out Namibians each and every chance we get on the show. So I think personally, I'm not going to give this thing life anymore.
Yeah. I do agree.
But just to clarify, there was an apology.
Yeah, there was an apology from her.
Do we have the statement?
I think she shared the WhatsApp clip quite widely, and that's what she said. She recorded a WhatsApp clip where she made an official apology, and there was also an official statement that she released yesterday on this issue. And maybe just in closing, and I think what is sad for me is also that apparently there are people who called the national broadcast asking for Adora's music to be banned. I personally think Adora is one of the best female artists that we have in the country.
So whoa. Let me just take a minute.
Yeah.
So a group, a tribal group. A tribe that is already underrepresented.
Yeah.
Right on the airwaves. Underrepresented.
Her music must be removed from Tamaranama radio
music must be removed to further disadvantage them. I mean, and all because we don't want to have this conversation.
It's clickbait, guys. Right now, just type the name Adora and then make that your status for the rest of the day and see how many likes and comments you get.
Yeah.
And that's what most people are chasing. And it's fine. We understand. There's no more fish rot in the news at the moment.
Yeah.
Itula's case has gone a bit quiet. So there's nothing for you guys to go scream about on social media.
We call it clout. We don't call it clickbait anymore.
Clout.
Clout.
Yes.
You want clout.
Oh.
Yes.
Like if you discuss Adora, you get clout. Meaning you get the discussions, the likes, the retweets, the...
J. Kidney.
But you know, Neville, what was amazing for me is, you know how hard we try to get you, fellow Namibians, to start having a conversation about our political systems, about our elections, the same way you have been going on about this Adora thing last year when we spoke about these things each and every day, trying to lay it out for you. Why is what important? And most of you were just sitting there. And now over this guy, I don't even know. Actually, I don't even want to talk about this anymore, man. Let's just move on to something else.
Yeah. But all we can say is Adora, she is welcome anytime to come to our studio, to come and share her music, whatever it is that she wants to share with us in terms of experience. And we're going to continuously, play her music on our airwaves.
Yeah, no, we're not banning her. And then for me, I'm a fan. Yeah. I've been a fan. That hasn't changed. I think let's at some point I would like, and not today because this is a different topic, but I think at some point I would like us to just I'm a Vambu. I'm from a Wambu tribe, and I call it out here so many times. Agweri.
Yeah.
And I say so many times, I speak about the Wambu privilege. Yeah. I speak about it on air because it's a reality. It's not a comfortable one. but it's a reality.
It's true.
As much as I speak
As-
about hero arrogance.
Yes,
also.
and all this, and
Hey, tribalist.
and it's not comfortable conversations, but it's the realities.
Yeah.
It's the
We-
realities, and we need to talk about these things. So I mean, I would like to urge, and it's just by I realize it's actually not our listeners that have had an issue with Adora's comment. So
Yes.
it's almost fruitless because we're kind of discussing amongst ourselves. We're kind of agreeing. It seems to be people that caught on later on. But I think at some point let's have those uncomfortable conversations. Toch, asseblief.
But it's funny. Actually, I wanted
Over tea and
Kribo-
coffee.
I wanted Kribo to be in the studio
Because probleme.
because we as tribes,
Our cultural groups in Namibia, we always point each other out as to our own wrongdoings. You would point out what Vambus are doing wrong. I would point out what Hereros and Damaras, which is my cultural makeup, what Hereros are doing wrong. We have no problem with, pointing that out. I've never heard Boere pointing out what they are doing wrong amongst themselves. Ek het nog nooit
Ek het
gehoor.
vir oom Kribo baie kere gehoor.
Huh?
Ja,
Wat
nee.
sê oom Kribo? What did you say?
I don't want to repeat. Maybe those things were supposed to be private conversations.
I also know of a prominent business, Lani from Okanya. Wat niks ou van die Lani sien. My gosh.
Yeah, but I must say, jokes aside, I think Quentin himself has had those discussions with us many a times where he would say, no, ons boere, ons moet regkom. Ons boere is so. We don't stand together. We don't do this. What. So yeah. In closing,
Yes.
In closing. Next.
That's what
Next.
you see. Some of the people who are making the buhai, some of them are probably still living in their parents' houses, which is what we're talking about today. What a segue, right? There's something else for you guys to go shout about on social media.
yeah.
Cubase said we are living in our mother's houses.
While you are living in your mother's house.
All right, so guys, for this morning, right? This is an interesting conversation that Neville brought up just the other day, and we decided, it's interesting, something that we can bring on the air because there are such varying opinions. Yes, some people feel like by the time you're 18, you should be. 8 Dizali said.
Only after you finish varsity.
After, you see, others feel no after varsity.
Yeah, but 18 is...
Others say you must work first. So okay,
Because-
maybe let's start with you,
Yeah.
Maria. When do you want Clarissa and Gabriel out of your house?
When they are getting married.
Ne?
Even the boy.
Even the boy.
Especially the boy.
I think I like to...
Hello. Especially the boy.
No, I think if you give them enough room, you can mos 'n beter kamer kry. Maar on the premises, it's not even about a growing up place. I mean, I like to use the typically European model, and I actually think it works, where kids generally actually continue living with their parents up until they are ready to start a family, and then move out. Not for everybody. I'm saying it in a lot of countries that's the system. And it actually works because number one, you're saving on rent. Okay, so financially, you're able to do something else with that money, even if it's to travel. Okay, you finish, you graduate, you get a job, you're still living in your parents' house. If you get a little bit, if you save up a little bit, and then you have enough, you have 30 days in a year to do as you will. You take a summer holiday, you travel, you expand your wings, your knowledge base, you save more than anything. Save. The problem I think a lot of people is seems to be some embarrassment in living at home. I know. I know people, especially women, that are graduated. I know a girl that graduated cum laude, like she's doing well. She works at F&B. She's been promoted. She's on management level now, and she's young. She's in her mid 20s, and she still lives at home. And she can afford to get her own place, but she's like, why will I take 10,000 of my salary and go put it in rent when I can save that 10,000 every month because I've got a room in my mother's house. She gives me freedom. I'm a grown up. I have a car.
How about you give that to your mom? That 10,000. Are you going to pay rent?
You still contribute to the house, but 10,000 would have just gone to rent.
Yes.
And then, so what you would normally would have then been buying for food and electricity and water and utilities, whatever, contribute that to your mother's house. But the 10,000 just in rent, you save, right? So, and not on top of that, also your expenses are actually less when you're at your mother's house. Yes, you're helping, but your expenses are less. So you can easily put away, let's say, 14,000 or 15,000 a month. I'm talking about on her, she's on management level.
Yeah.
Comfortably a month. And stay there, she's got a room there, she's comfortable. Her movement is not limited because her mother acknowledges that she's a grown up, even though she's living under the roof. She's not necessarily in a relationship right now that where she would need that privacy. And I'm assuming if she
That explains it.
no, but even if she does, she'll probably date a guy that has his own place. You know, so you know you can maneuver and whatever. And I know guys that are allowed to bring their girlfriends home. The parents know about it. And at some point, when she said when she's ready, she wants to whatever she saved in the. It's been 2 years now. Maybe she's gonna give herself a few more years. But when she's ready, that's money she can put as a down payment on a house. So she moves out to own a house, not to rent.
I remember when I think way back 92, 93. When I started working, for one of the local beverage companies, Coca-Cola. I think my salary around that time was probably around $2,000. It was a lot of money back then. But I had a company car. I had free fuel. The only account that I had was, I don't know if you remember this furniture store back then, Joshua Door.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I remember.
Supreme Furnitures.
Yeah.
I bought this hi-fi at Joshua Door, you know, with the 4 CDs that can load 3 or 4 CDs. That's the only thing I bought for myself. I would literally give my salary to my mother, all my money. And I obviously had, you know, siblings, younger siblings that I obviously also took care of. I stayed in my mother's house until I was roughly 26 years old. And at that time, and as you rightfully say, Maria, I saved up money every month. By the time when I moved out of the house, I just came to my mother this one time and said, Mom, ek wil nou uittrek. She was like, what? I said, no, I think I'm old enough. And, nee, maar wat gaan jy, hoe gaan jy lewe? I said, no, Mom, I took care of that myself. And when I moved out of my parents' house and I went to stay here at Poly Heights, you know, Poly Heights, those flats there, fully furnished. My mother was so proud of me. She was sad when I moved out of the house, but she was so proud to see that
You're setting up your own nest.
I've set up my own nest. So, and as you rightfully say, Maria, I think it's an opportunity really, if you stay there, save up some money and move out when you
Already financially, don't put that financial pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
On yourself.
But my boys must leave by the time they're 25. Klaar. Ek is moeg.
Ja, die kos wat julle wat 12 days en bietjie te veel kan cut on those costs.
What was your experience like?
I basically I lived in my mother's house up until I finished high school.
Nee.
And when I finished high school, obviously I moved to Windhoek for varsity, and that was that. That was the end of me living in my mom's house. Obviously, when I go back home, that is, you know, it's nog steeds die huis. That's still home, but I don't live there anymore.
When I moved out, I had a bed already. I had a dining table.
Okay, that's important. A bed.
Yeah, you know, I bought that stuff while I was still in my mom's house. Made down payments on it. You know, for my bed, I had sofas. I had basic, like when I got a place, I had a bed. I had a bed, a dining set. I had sofas. I had a TV. I had a TV stand. I had all the basics, basically because I had allowed myself.
You went to live by yourself?
Yeah.
At what age?
I must have been 24.
I
was 24, but even then, I think, if I'm being honest, I rushed that process. Yes, I had that stuff ready, but if I'm being honest, I think I could have stayed at my parents' house for a bit longer. I think also, it's again that thing where I want to get my own place now. And I also had the same freedom. My mother allowed me to come and go as I wanted. She recognized us as adults. But yeah, I think I also just wanted that space. But it's stupid to leave your parents' house to go and rent,
Adults,
especially if you're in the same town. And I was in the same town as her, so that was for me very silly. You don't leave your parents' house to go and rent in the same town. It was something else if you have to go to another city.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense. Financial sense.
I guess so.
But I must say, when I moved out, I loved the freedom.
Yeah.
I loved the freedom. I loved the fact that I didn't. My mother would always tell me when I go out and say, "Okay, Lester, the key will be on top of the roof, under the mat on the left side of the door." I was just tired of having conversations like that with my mother every time. And sometimes when you get home, the gate is locked. No moet jy klip op die dak gooi. And it's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
So,
Sometimes you just want to hang with your boys.
Hey man, want to hang with the guys. So are we not maybe just spoiling our kids, having this conversation and telling them, Maria,
can stay.
that they can stay? Maybe, and they are listening. And they are conditioned now that, nee, ons kan maar hang tot ek 30 is.
Look, for me personally, right? By the time they head to college, they should be basically ready to move out of my house.
The thing is, Cubase and guys, Maria, I've had a very sad conversation with a few of my friends a few months ago who say, you know what, Neville, the best thing that you could have done is let your boys stay in Namibia and study at UNAM. You don't want to hear what I went through the last 2 years. I remortgaged my house for over $700,000. I sent my boy to America to go and study in New York, just for me to realize that after 2 years, he hasn't done anything. Hy was net 'n sondro daar in New York gewees. He's back home now.
Yeah, but those are rare cases.
It is rare cases, but I've made a principled decision. This is what I said. My boys will stay at home until they obtain their first degrees.
That can happen at UNAM as well.
No, not true. No, you're right. But I sort of feel that I have a little bit more control. I can have a reference on a daily basis.
So you
as
keep
to
them
what
at home for control.
You think you can control your kids when they're on campus?
No, I think what they. No, I mean I will get their quarterly reports or whatever. I will know what's going on. I can't control their sexual behavior or their alcohol consumption. That's what I can't do.
Neville, let me tell you, like
from experience,
yes,
ons luister.
In high school, right? I was this shy, introverted, nerdy guy. I hope somebody, maybe somebody from my high school can
comment,
chime in on the comments, because I see some of you do watch the stream. No. Part of that was due to the fact that I was living at home with mom. And my ma het gebliksem so like I didn't take chances with her.
Yeah.
And then I went to UNAM. And not imagine I didn't come from privilege.
Yeah.
But then I did so well in high school. I had like a full scholarship when I got to UNAM.
You said that.
They paid for my hostel, they paid for my school, they paid for my food, they gave me pocket money, they paid for my books.
Jy was 'n slim kind.
Hou op man.
Never would have thought.
Die eerste jaar.
No.
Die eerste
very
jaar
articulate.
met zakkie so in die broekzak. Elke dag, nobody's telling you, hey, wake up, go to class. No lecturer's gonna come ask you, why weren't you in class yesterday? Because we are like 400, 500 people in that classroom. Neville, na die eerste jaar toe sê Coca-Cola vir my, Jay, kan maar lie. So you see, and imagine, I was in constant contact with my parents. Almost every other weekend I was going home to Okahanja.
So you're doing a Jericho.
Is net die dammer as wat op Soms almal. But yeah, so I'm saying, like, from that experience, I figured also I maybe could have used a bit more life experience before I was, just thrown out there on my own.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that I can give that to my kids before they get to go off to college.
Yeah.
But once you go to college, you need to learn to care for yourself.
Yeah.
Family or no family around, there is no groot man, jong. Die wereld sal nie vir jou met
Ja.
kitten gloves handle nie.
That's the thing. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. Like one can happen in the absence of the other. You know,
I know,
like
yeah,
what I mean.
yeah,
Like
I get
you
what you mean.
can still be taught to take care of yourself while having the shelter of your parents, so to
of
say.
Betty Hayes.
Like I said, we had a lot of freedom. But also we were taught very early on that for your actions, as much freedom as you have, there's consequences
Yeah.
for everything you do.
Yeah.
So when I moved out, it didn't feel that different because I didn't have strict parents to begin with.
Yeah.
It just felt like, oh, now I'm paying for bills.
Yeah.
That was the only difference. But I also think like the sad reality of it is I see a lot of people rushing to move out of their parents' house to the point where they don't help their parents.
Yeah.
And that's another sad thing.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about privileged kids. I'm talking about
Yeah.
Yes,
you
like,
know, where there's that
ek is
black
gone.
X
That's weg.
where, yeah, and
Sharp Sally.
it
No-
would,
no
it would
longer
be
my
nice
problem.
if you graduated, started working, and maybe the first 2 years stayed at home, help your mom with
Yeah.
groceries and krag and water batal and whatever. But we don't do that. Like the minute we get our first paycheck, you're only earning like 10,000, but you're looking for a 4,000 or even $6,000 apartment.
Living beyond our means, most.
Yeah, living
That's-
beyond, and then you're rushing. But that is
That's what it is.
You didn't have to pay that 6,000 you wanna pay in rent and be left with almost nothing afterwards. That is money I think you could have helped out at home. Maybe your mother wanted to build a boundary wall.
Okay,
around her
but-
house and assisted with that, or maybe she wanted to get new tiles for her bathroom or her toilet.
True.
And help with just those little, like where you can,
Yeah.
and I'm saying just to make her life easier so that by the time you move out, you've assisted at home, like really felt like you've assisted at home, and that money didn't go down the drain in rent.
Okay,
But
guys,
like,
but
you're not really independent until you had to call one of your friends, like, young me, bro, I got 200 rand per year. Then it's like, you must have that kind of life experience. Even if your rent is just $500. For me, even if you're staying in my yard, you think you're going to live in that backyard flat or whatever those things
Yeah.
are called for free. It's
no.
especially
guys,
if you're already working for yourself.
Come on, guys. There needs to be a cut-off age.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you get married,
Huh?
and as she
Married,
throws
ah.
it over.
Married.
Aye, Maria.
Hey,
She
Maria.
can't really ace blade talk.
Awe. I told my sons that they need to travel, Maria.
Maria is too
Experience
Scandinavian.
life, travel, make some money, but not in my house.
I just
Okay?
like the Portuguese way. Let me just be clear.
What's this Eurocentric
No,
way?
no, no.
Everything
I
is just
actually
Europe.
really, really like the Portuguese
I want to
way.
hear this one.
No, the Portuguese way is like
Uh-huh.
kids, you generally stay at home until they're ready either to move out to get married or something more serious. You understand? But it's usually much later on in life. And when I mean later on in life, I mean it can be late 20s, sometimes even 30s. Because this, especially boys, even in the Portuguese culture, and I said the Angolans are developing the same system and really all these other places, the Brazilians and whatever. It's just boys are given liberty. Like they can bring girls at home. Like their parents, actually that's how they build kind of relationship, because then the parents know the girlfriend and it becomes more faster goed for Sanjay. And they're not just bringing girls in left, right. But what I will say is once they move out, they have a proper setup, they don't move out to rent. They move out to own properties. And they start families. So by the time they're starting a family with a wife, right, or a husband, you have a house that's yours, that you're paying a mortgage for. You have your kids and everything. You're not renting an apartment. You are actually having a fixed home that belongs to the both of you,
Yeah.
and you raise your family in there, and life continues. But they actually have, I don't know what's instilled in them, that they actually have better financial. How do I say? Maybe because of it. They
Very
just-
financially literate.
yeah,
They
they're
have an
very
understand.
financially literate. That this is how life is, and it just, for me, that's like, it's for me it's sad. Like there are people that are married that are still renting. You understand? It's
Okay, but wait a minute. 30% deposit these days to buy a property in Namibia.
I understand. I'm saying it's the situation. I'm
And
saying,
the
I'm
prices
saying-
of the properties,
Listen,
damn.
I'm not judging them. I'm saying it's sad that
But-
this is the reality.
Yeah,
That this is our reality. I'm
but
not.
this is not of our own doing.
No, I'm not blaming. You're
Banks-
not understanding.
No.
I'm-
I get what
yeah,
you're saying.
Yeah. I'm not blaming
I'm
the
starting a
couples.
conversation.
Yeah, I'm not blaming the couples, and I'm not saying they made wrong financial decisions. I'm saying it's sad that this is the reality that you're
Yeah.
married and you're still renting. It's out of your control. I'm sure if everybody could, you would want to own a property.
Yeah.
But this is the reality we faced with.
Okay, now looking at the current reality, you still think that the person should wait until they can afford their own house or are getting
No,
married before they move out?
Yes,
Because that could take forever. Your kids could come live with your parents and you while you're still waiting
I feel like if you're
for
going to
a house.
If you feel you're grown enough to start a family, then you should be grown enough to stand on your own 2 feet. Let me be very clear. I'm not asking people to bring their children that I have to care for. If you're grown enough to make that decision to conceive,
Yeah.
then dis mos 'n groot mens.
Ja.
Gaan lewe op jou eie. Go take care of your own.
Okay,
But I'm
guys.
just saying that is stuff that is instilled from a very young age.
Let me check out some comments. We haven't actually looked at any. The first couple, of course, are going to be about what we kickstarted our discussion with. Yes. Tena Nambwa saying, morning crew. Nandema Tundu, morning beautiful people. Good morning to you, my wonderful people. Good morning, Namibia.
Oro.
Yes. Wala Familia. Maria, how are you, Miss Super Cool?
Who's that?
Good. Who's that?
Shucks Shali.
Okay.
Hey, shucks.
Morning crew, Cubase lees the comments as a belief. Okay, no, it's no, ek is no hier. When will Adora be in the studio to clear the air with this LPM thing? LPM die ding geown.
There's no LPM thing.
You know what? If anything, the LPM is welcome to come air their grievances. Thomas Boakie P, I think. Good morning. And he's saying, I need a job. I'm a truck driver. I need jobs for our country. I need your help. I'm assuming it just says I need you. Natangwe Nango Nengola. Also saying good morning. Bradley Kubisep, morning fam. Yes, I said it yesterday. Adora said she will be happy to be in the studio all day. And guess what? It's the third day she's in the studio.
Yeah.
Yep. Buta J van Veek, good morning guys. Moro Moro family. Rauha. What is the Dulinawa? Good morning. What the program is all about? Esther mich Schmestad. Morning, my sweet Fanny. A bit dramatic crew at times. Big hug to you all. Love and peace send your way. Thank you.
Thank you.
We receive. Morning, Jemima. Magdalena. What? Mora.
Leave the comments.
Believe, Kamuse, don't lie. There is a particular artist from the. Hey. Behave. But because I can hear you, there is a particular artist from. From the south who posted it on his or her Facebook page. I mean, if they made it public, why are you still beating about the bush? Why are you saying a particular artist? Why don't you just say who the person is?
Guys, that particular
Particular someone.
Jello van Skinner, that's hoekom. Nande Matundu, as Namibians, I've noticed that we are so sensitive to the truth, all right? A spade is really just a spade. We need to check ourselves, honestly. Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, April, morning, my good people. Bradley saying, yo, Cubase, the topic is fire. I am so sharing this one to everyone who overstayed their welcome in those aunties, uncles, and parents' houses. So, as for me, I am in my aunt's place only because of lack of jobs. Graduated in all efforts just to be home. Nothing as frustrating as this, especially being a man. Yes.
Good luck.
Gauss
Hope it changed for you.
saying morning. Gaitan, good morning. Welcome to the show. Adora Wanye Arikana Cubase Mbiri. What? Kongotwe.
Biri Kongotwe. Because after.
Warie. Oh, Adora Warie.
Ken ik story niet.
Wat het Adora gaat ciao. Oh, okay. Now I'm with you, Pele. Adora said something that was taken out of context, and you know, bored people do things that bored people do. Bernardius Jamba, not hot boy. Morning mix crew. Buta J van Veek, waarheid maak seer. Adora het net die waarheid gepraat. Alright, niks was fout met haar onderhoud nie. So ek sê ook maar net. Okay, precious blessing, please Neville, just stay. All right, you are a public figure. You know Namibians already. It's easy here in United Arab Emirates. No, it's only here in United Arab Emirates. We were not allowed to say anything negative about someone on social media. Stay there or come and start your show here. Flycon Windere, good morning, welcome to the show. It's cool to live at home. Billie English lives at home with her grannies, or with her Grammys. Awards.
Okay.
Shines, man. You deal with that one, boy. What is that? Tune the sound. Tune the shout. See how that hero just pops out and surprises everybody. Tune the sound thingy or shandy.
What is your story, Shans?
Tiani Sadiko. I didn't hear anything about sound issues. Okay, maybe you were having sound issues. I hope it's better now. Yes, it's better, and it helps in your thinking faculty. Staying at home, I guess. Wat het hy weer gesê? Theo. Yeah. Okay, I'm just trying to get my faculties in order. Nande Matundu, we need to let go of this, all right? It should be a personal choice and no pressure from society because it's rough out there. I personally moved out after university, but my parents always had room for me when life got hard, all right? Yeah. We put too much pressure and debt on ourselves trying to live according to what society thinks.
Wait a minute, so she moved back again?
Yes.
And moved out again?
When
her parents still kept
it's
the room for her.
It's an on and off relationship.
That's what I'm asking.
And you know the sad part is most guys just are eager to move out because they think of all the girls they can beg.
Hey, I thought this. Wait a minute. I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
When I moved out, I was like, hey, elke naweek.
Cherries.
There's beer.
Slat. When I moved out, when I moved into my place, it was just a normal setting.
Yeah.
I had my girlfriend, and that was just it.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the thing that excites them the most. Because I think of all the corners they can do it.
Unfortunately,
I
can't relate to that experience.
Yeah, for that first month is nagewees.
I remember when I first moved in.
Into hostel.
No, not into the hostel.
It's only fun until she cooks the whole fry pack.
When I started staying by myself, I was hardly ever at home, and I was in a long distance relationship.
How far was she?
How far was she?
But you must have somebody there also here in Windhoek.
Somebody's.
Yeah.
In any case. So moving out was actually pointless. It was just a place to store my stuff and sometimes come sleep there. Paulus Ndapewa, Moro, what is the problem with the sound behind? Is irritating, please. It's never weer wat goede Peter daar so.
That's why I took off my earphones.
Actually,
but the sound is fine.
I agree. Neville should get his own show, please. He must just go.
He can come on after.
Madala Shikwambi, Neville with his throwback stories in the early 90s makes Mary and Cubase listen attentively.
Yeah.
It's like sitting around the fireplace and grandpa is telling you stories. Alfredo, stupid to go rent financially so bar. Imagine paying $8,000 for a flat Mario Masa. He's sitting net daar in Donkerhoek with a big backyard flat.
Yeah.
Save up and build a flat daar achter in the yards.
Yeah. And that she can, and after you finish building it, the nice thing is when you eventually do move out, she can rent it. And
but you know,
if you move out of it.
If you move out of it, she can rent it out, and that 3,000 that she can get from it is money that she can use to sustain. Then you don't have to support her.
Now here's
That's exactly what.
Here's the dark side also now of something that we don't really touch on. Diana wat net by die huis bly gaan besluit later nee, ek moet die huis erf.
That's another issue.
Yes, no, I stayed with the Zali my whole life.
Yeah.
This is my house. But in any case, let's put that on ice. Let's put that on ice. Let's just read the comments.
We all moved out. I stayed with the Zali.
I made this very clear to my mother.
Yeah.
And I think I had this conversation with my mother, I think about a year. Conversation about
the hero is also coming out to you.
I said to my mother, because my mother is 73 years old now, I said, Mom, I hope that you're still going to be here for many more years. But I'm asking you now, if something happens, I don't want to have anything to do with this house, okay? I have my own property. Don't put my name in your will.
Maar jy is die enigste kind, mos.
Nee, ek is die enigste kind nie. Gaat jy?
Is jy die enigste kind?
Nee,
the only
I
child.
got 3 more siblings.
Oh, all right.
My elder brother passed away a few years ago. I'm the second born. And then I still have a brother and 2 sisters.
Oh, all right.
My one sister, my younger sister, she still stays in the house. And I said to my mom, leave me out of your will when it comes to that house.
Now, what made you think you would even be there?
Nee!
Yes. He was actually just trying to
Nee.
check if he's there, camera.
Nee.
What is the Zali gonna do?
Nee. Die Zali's maak mos hierdie goed. Okay. I think I'm dying now. Listen, the 3 of you, Maria, Shines, Cubase,
30%.
yeah, 30%, 35%. Laat die Zali besluit that the house goes to one person and not to, multiple kids.
Okay, let me just read some more comments. Tracy saying, for parents who believe in moving out when you are married, but who says all of us will be married?
Ja, is wat ek sê, as jy nie, jy kan mos daar vir ewig. Vir ewig.
En dan wil
bly.
jy ook jy is erf.
Because if I was still living, I would still be living at home because I'm not married vir ewig.
Starting to fight with the siblings when Neville comes over, it's like, oh, maar die Neville moet nog terug gaan na sy huis.
Ek het nou krag opgeset. Jy het die krag klaar gemaak.
Oh, precious blessing. Very true. I live in one of the Arab countries. They have big families living in one house.
Yeah.
Nee?
In Angola, they set it up like that. I mean, I'm talking about middle to higher income. They have, when they build the houses, they have outside rooms as well. And they especially the boys, would start off living in the house and then eventually transition to the outside rooms and get the same liberties and freedoms and move out. Like when they get married, they usually gifted a house.
I understand in what they do in Mauritius is they normally build upwards, like a 3-4 story building. So then maybe the matriarch and the patriarch, they stay on the ground floor, and then the firstborn stay on the second floor, secondborn on the third floor, etc., etc. But that whole structure, they keep it literally in the family. So the kids, the grandkids, the achterkleinkinders, everybody knows the whole lineage, and it's basically, it's symbolized in this big building that stands there. Apparently, the Portuguese also do that.
Not really, no. Not like, no, they don't. They really don't, though.
Jy ken nie, man.
Ons bou in 'n cirkel. Neville says,
Ja.
Cupid says, Maria says,
Ja.
Shine says,
Ja.
and then the holy fire is in the middle.
Ja.
Okay,
Pompo.
I think the last comment for now from Precious Blessing. Emma, that's by comments is so young.
Yes, it's a nice topic to discuss.
Yeah. Well, Cubase, they will start to say because of SWAPO. Okay, because of SWAPO, President Hage, or corruption, that's why they are staying with their parents at even the 40 years. You know the so-called Namibian Jew.
Who's that?
Precious blessing. Why toch julle? En die windhoek bly die mense in Uptown Flats, maar in die yskas is daar net hoestroop, koue water en 'n onion. Cough medicine. In Indian families, belief. What is this? Kamusep. Arabic and Indian families live together with their parents, and there is nothing wrong with it. We as Africans must do away from the European traditions. Married or not married, Indians and Arabs stay with their spouses in the family homes.
But I don't want to stay with my mother. I love my mother.
And also remember, some of these guys, when you're talking about a family home, you're talking about like a 6-bedroom house or a little compound. Ons praat van 1 kamers of 2 kamerhuise.
No.
En Neville se kleinkind moet nog kom want hy het skool kom begin en wie se niggie het nie plek in die hostel gekry nie, hulle moet maar hier kom bly. So you can't live here anymore. Jy's groot, jy moet chief nou hê.
So I must live now with my mother, my mother-in-law, because it has to cut both ways now. Because are we going to live with my mother or with your mother? Are we going to live with my father or your father? So we have to accommodate Everyone. No, as much as I love my mother, I like to see my mother, once or twice a week. I talk to her every second day. But as much as I love her, is your yskas full? Is there food? Electricity? Sharp. Let's check.
Sharp.
Klaar.
Here is a question from Enrico Owams Blau. Who appointed someone or an organization to speak on behalf of Southerners?
Hallo. Hallo.
Yep.
I'm curious. Do you guys recall in any past where any artist might have made any tribal comments? Or is this
An
the first time
artist,
where-
Blossom.
artist?
Ja, Blossom. Blossom het gesê Kwangaras.
Yeah.
She talked about
Okay,
Kwangaras.
apart from Blossom, that's the only person that we can think.
That's the only one I can remember. But look, I'm sure a
And
lot.
didn't also Dangas also make some Gaza made about the Muslim? That wasn't
Yeah, I'm sure they
about
have
Muslim
been
marrying.
a lot of utterances
Yeah.
that have gone just under the radar because. Come on, man! Really, this is not the battle I'm going to pick for today.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and what I will say actually, let me just leave LP. Comment loss net 8. But I'm going to reiterate, you guys, if you really feel that strongly about this issue and you want to pronounce yourself, you can hit us up, and we would gladly grant you the platform. We'll give you the same full hour that we gave to Adora to come here and come state your case.
LPM.
Yes. Yeah, and remember, we will ask you about the campaign that you guys ran.
Yeah.
About the advocating for Vambus to leave the South and how that was not tribalist in your eyes. We will ask you those questions, but you are very welcome to come and come make your case.
I was because my Tamranama is very elementary. No, it's very limited. There's this video, there's this voice clip that I have on my phone, and I will make you guys listen to it. And you will, even though you don't understand Tamranama, you will hear what this guy says. He's like, Swabo, ngapke ngaben parteike. Ngaben is Vambu. Swapo ngaben parteike duidelike indikasie. 3 ure toch LPM sa. Come back to LPM. Wait.
Said that?
I don't know who it is, but there's
Saying
this.
who should come back?
No, you Damranama people,
Yeah.
ne, who are being brainwashed by Swapo, ne? Swapo is a Vambu party, okay? Ngaben parteke, duidelike indikasie. So what here? Come back to where you belong. LPM sa. So there's been a few of these type of clips that made the rounds emanating from the south. Okay,
That
Namas
was
to-
during the election campaigns.
yeah, advocating for Namas to come back home because Swapo is a Vambu party. Okay, so you know what? I'm just throwing it out there because I have these things on my phone. I listen to it. Okay,
May I just say it being part of like some propaganda machine. Wie weet, seker die persoon wat hierdie statement geskryf het is het personal issues met Adora and they find an open. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying a lot of times you will find that there's actually a bigger agenda and you are just falling into that trap. Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the girl it was gesê, she didn't perform at any rallies down south. I don't know whether it was because she was not booked or because she was, I don't know. I don't know.
but guys, come on.
Yeah,
Listen, if we're very honest with ourselves, it's just that we don't speak about it as openly. There are a lot of people who still, who make the statements like, Swapo is net for
Yes.
Vambus. So it's just the Vambus who benefit. So we must have our own party. And so PDM is for heroes in Okunana.
Yeah,
Huh?
Nudo.
Nudo is for heroes. So LPM sa. 3 ware net LPM sa. Ngaben, please.
Yeah.
What a wrong way to conduct politics. But in any case, guys, that is it. We are maybe tomorrow we're going to have our human rights lawyer in the studio. So
Yeah.
So, we might touch on some of this issue as well, as far as your freedoms to speak in this country goes as well. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Make sure you do not miss it.
En die kleerlinge sê ook, waar pas ons in?
Republican Party.
Waar pas ons in?
By RP.
Toe die boere daar was, we were just, under the boos. Nou is die wambos is nog on top. So, ons bly net daar so in die middel. So, waar moet ons gaan?
We must stop looking at color, guys. Color and ethnicities, those things will not help us.
That's the thing.
So, ons is klaar, né? Miriam,
So are you moving back to your mother's house?
Eka.
Yeah. I still have a room at my mother's house, just for your information. If my vrouw starts a revolution where we stay, she mustn't threaten me. I'm moving back to my mother's house. Ek het nie probleem nie. I'm just putting it out there if my kids are listening.
My guy, like,
Because
look, I love that woman to bits, but I don't think I can live full time in her house. I cannot. No. I cannot. I don't. Even if I were to move to Okanja, I would probably want to get my own property.
Yeah, of course. But do you think you will eventually move back to Okanya one day? It's where you're from. And I know you have a strong affinity with the town.
2024, me bro, independent candidate. Okahanja Regional Council. I'm coming for you guys. Yeah. Anyway, we will leave you with Adora and Jalisa, two very Damara artists with a very non-Damara song. Enjoy the rest of the day. Keep it locked for Hannes Kaufman. He's coming up next on In the Mix.
Saga, 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 saga. Saga, 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 saga. Saga, 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 saga. Saga, 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 saga.
Belongs to us.
Saga, 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 saga.
Come on, party.
Saga, 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 saga.
Murokan buka kaima.
Saga, 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 saga.
How many get it?
Saga, 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 saga.
Shake it, shake, shake it. Shake it, shake, shake it. There's only one thing. Haven't lost my mind. Shake it, shake, shake it. Shake it, shake, shake it. Shake it, shake, shake it, shake it. Be do 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 do. Shake it, shake, shake it, shake it. Be do 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 do.
Saga, 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 saga.
We get clean, it doesn't come and no made it.
Saga, saga, saga.
Tizadara. They say get it, clean up, we get do, 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 do. Tizadara. Do, 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 do.
Saga, 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 saga.